Hi there folks, back again for another video. In this one, finally after many months, the translucent, clear plastic King of the Dead and Heralds and the Warriors of the Dead have actually arrived at my doorstep. It has been a journey. Obviously, ordered these back last year in December, I think it was, and they have been sat in purgatory for I don't know how long, but they are finally here, and I thought I would have a look inside the box and just talk a little bit about the kits as well. So, King of the Dead and Herald set, all done in the special edition clear plastic. Obviously, the full-on grey plastic ones are still available for you to go and pick up as well. They are a really nice little set. The idea is that you can just get them painted up without too much hassle. You obviously use the clear plastic to create the ghostly effect, and then you just do a little bit of dry brushing on the tops of the miniatures in order to make them pop and give you that look and feel of the King of the Dead and his warriors of Dunharrow in your games, which is pretty cool. So yes, a really nice little set, and something that's a little bit different from what we'd seen so far. Obviously a little bit of a gimmick as well, but a fun one at that. So we'll put this to the side for the moment. The King of the Dead, here are the sprues. So this is the sprue for the King of the Dead. You can see the front of the body, back of the body, etc. Sword there, and then there's the body of one of the heralds that you'll be using. You then have the other sprue there as well, which contains the two heralds' banners, a shield, and the rest of the body components. It's essentially the same sprue that you would have got for the King of the Dead and the heralds anyway, but done in the clear plastic. Now, one of the things that's quite interesting about these is that they are done in a much in a different plastic that's a little bit more brittle, so you can kind of guess it from the feel of them as well. So one of the things that I thought was quite interesting, and it's something to bring up if you're going to get your hands on these yourself, is that they actually have a guide in the manual as to what you do with the miniatures. So as you can see there, the clear plastic used for these models is slightly more brittle than the standard plastic that we normally use. As a result, clip the further down the sprue and then further up in order to stop breakages from happening. So you cut further away and then you cut closer, so it stops it spinning off or breaking during the cutting process. So that's an interesting one, and definitely something that you need to bear in mind if you're going to be cutting these off the sprues yourself. I'm not going to necessarily try that with the King of the Dead live on camera, but I thought I would explain that to you so you knew what you had to look forward to if you're playing around with these kits and you've got them lying around at the moment. But yes, King of the Dead and the Heralds, looking very nice. I'm going to do maybe a little bit of a sort of follow-up video to this one, showing off the models once they've had a little bit of dry brushing done to them and stuff, to see what the final effect looks like. It'll be an experiment, if nothing else, and then otherwise I'll just toss them in Dettol and we'll go from there. The same applies to the Warriors of the Dead set. And obviously this comes with 20 miniatures, so enough for you to build up a decent warband or two for your games on the tabletop. And it follows the same principle. So, you know, you got your clear plastic miniatures, and then that goes up into the sort of dry brushed finish that you see there. Pretty interesting indeed. I think it'll be interesting to see whether or not people, because obviously this gives you the paint scheme here, whether or not you do the Celestial Grey and the Corax White at the top, and then you use Nighthawk Gloom on the bottoms to kind of fade it in. I suppose we'll have to see, and we'll have to do a little bit of testing to work out the best way of approaching that. But interesting all the same. But yes, Inside this set, obviously 20 miniatures, armed with the same variety of different weapons. So you've got swords, spears, maces, shields, everything else. And to give you an idea of the spruce, obviously there's 2 of these to choose from. You've got the different warriors there alongside their weapons of choice. You'll just have to make sure that you're a little bit careful with the way that you approach snipping these off, especially with things like that sword, for example. You're going to want to cut it like there and then cut it closer, I think, just to give you more of a chance of not breaking your weapons and stuff. But an interesting set. Again, that one looks very brittle, but we'll see how it all goes, I suppose. I thought I would do a little bit of a demonstration as well, so I have handy yellow clippers here. So let's go for this one, as he's mostly complete. So I don't normally you'd be cutting there, but we're going to cut further back on the sprue. That is a much different cut than normal. Definitely a little bit more dangerous. And there. So there's him cut from the sprue. Not bad. And then we go in a little bit closer and do the little snip there. That came off quite quickly and easily, as did that one. Ooh, that one's a bit tougher. Oh, that flew off. I'll have to go and find that later before my cat picks it up. So yeah, that's him cut from the sprue. Obviously, we'd normally go in and do a little bit of cleanup as well with a knife, but to give you an idea of how he slots into the base, nice and easy. And he's good to go. I mean, if you were somebody who didn't even want to bother with having to do the painting, and you just wanted to get them ready to go on the tabletop, just glue them together like that, pretty much. And away you go. Woo! Cool. Army of the Dead. Well, yep. These are miniatures that I never had in my collection anyway. Back in the day, I did have an old King of the Dead in metal, which I painted up last year, I think, for a Halloween competition. But it's been a while since I've had any miniatures in my collection that are brand new to me, effectively. But as I say, no Warriors of the Dead, no King of the Dead before this. So this will be a great addition to my Forces of Good for use during the period of the Return of the King and stuff like that. But yeah, there you go. That's a quick look at the 2 boxes and a little bit of a demonstration of cutting them off the sprues as well, including pinging plastic. A fun little set. I know a couple of local gaming stores have also got their hands on these as well. So if you're somebody who's looking to get your hands on these and you missed out on it, make sure to go and check your retailers, because you never know. They might have been able to pick some of these up for themselves. Drop your thoughts down below on these. What do you think of the kits? How are you going to approach painting them? And yeah, I'll come back in the near future with a video showing off a little bit of progress and painting on them, so you can see the different steps and how it all came together in the end. But yeah, that is me. I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you folks in the next one. Join the conversation. Bye for now.